Good. How are you doing, my friend?
Great. Nice to meet you, Paul. So I guess I should slate myself. Herb Stratford, KMSB, KOLD, Tucson, Arizona.
Hey.
So first of all, I want to start with how did you get involved with this project? How did it come to you?
I was doing a movie with Lionsgate called Another Simple Favor, and it was going really well. And it's kind of in the thriller genre too. And so they had this project, The Housemaid. Sydney Sweeney was already attached to it. And I read the script and went, wow, this would be so much fun. There's so many twists and turns that I can really get an audience to have a good time watching this. And then I read the book by Frida McFadden, which has been on the bestseller list for 2 years now, and realized that's why it's so popular. It's just too much fun. And so we were able to go in, myself and the screenwriter, Rebecca Sonnenschein, and kind of cherry pick everything out of there that we thought people would like and then give them a whole new ending and add some things that Frida McFadden loved so much. She said that she thinks the movie's better than the book. So there you go.
Wow, well, that's
I
high
know.
praise.
I know. She said it publicly too. I'm not outing her on anything.
Well, and that was sort of my next question too, was, I mean, you obviously felt a little pressure, right? Just because of the popularity of the book. And I think that, it seems to me, and no spoilers here, obviously, but it seems to me that people are embracing and are happy with that, not just the author, but audiences. What have you heard?
Yeah, I mean, I've been all over TikTok and Book Talk the last few days because we opened this weekend, and yeah, people are really thrilled. They're really having a good time, and they're bringing friends who haven't read the book. And so I always think, if you haven't read the book yet, you don't, buy the book, watch the movie, and then read the book to see what we did. But it's fun to these surprises that happen, these twists and turns, to see them in the theater and get to react with the audience. That's really fun.
And I think it's the kind of thing where if you're with someone, you sort of turn to them and say, "Oh my God,"
There's a
right?
lot of that going on in
Which
the
is a
theater.
lot of fun. Well, and I,
Yeah.
and I want to talk just for a second about, your directing career. You sort of are now straddling a couple of different worlds, right? Because you're firmly in the comedy world, but I think that even these sort of drama pieces, they have a little bit of your sensibility, which I would expect. But is that sort of fun to be in both those worlds and not just be just a comedy guy or just whatever?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, at the end of the day, I always consider all my movies to be comedies. Just some are really, really dark. Um, because with the thrillers, that's my favorite genre. I love thrillers. That's kind of all I watch. I love the old Hitchcock thrillers because they were fun. They were suspenseful and dangerous and high stakes, but then you would laugh at the same time. I mean, North by Northwest has hilarious scenes in it because the way that the characters are treating the extremeness of the situation. So that's the kind of fun I want because I want audiences to have an interactive time. I don't want audiences sitting there just munching their popcorn impassively. I want them leaning forward and screaming and yelling and looking at each other and going, "Oh my God."
So let's talk about you. You mentioned that Sydney was already attached when you got involved. So let's just talk about that cast because obviously Brendan is just red hot off of 1923, and it seems like Amanda is doing such great work right now. What was that like when that came together? Was that just kind of like yes?
Yeah, it was a dream. I mean, just kind of perfect timing for everybody because, Sid obviously was attached, but I'm such a fan of hers. When I saw that movie Reality that she was in, I was just like, wow, she's a really deep talent. And then Amanda, I had coffee with like 10 years prior, and we were like, we got to work together. And this came up. It just seemed like perfect casting for her. And then when I was doing Another Simple Favor with Blake Lively, she was like, you got to meet Brandon Sklenar. He's amazing. And so, yeah, so I got this. Too bad they're not a good looking cast, but somehow their talent will get them through. I'm
Yeah,
like the ogre on the set walking in, like, everybody's so beautiful. I put my bag over my head.
Well, and I think, I want to ask too, was there any, just sort of to wrap up, was there any one sort of moment where you on set where you were just like sort of pinched yourself because you're like, I can't believe how well this is going, or this is just all, or was that more when you saw the finished product?
No, it was during the shooting. I mean, because I don't rehearse or anything. And when you hire movie stars, you don't like audition them together. So you just kind of get the set and go, I hope this works. Um, and like really from the first day, I'm just like, wow, all the chemistry was there. But there's a scene like about halfway into the movie where there's kind of a confrontation on these stairs in this front hallway. And that was a moment I was like, wow, like I was leaning forward to the monitor going like, they're so good together.
Excellent. Well, I got to tell you, it's such a wild ride. I'm so excited to now I got to read the book. I'm so
Now you
excited.
can. Now you can.
It's so excited to see. It's so great to meet you, and congratulations on a crazy film experience.
Thank you, Herb. I hope everybody goes to theaters and have a great time in the movies.
Absolutely. Nice to see you. Bye bye.
You too. Thanks, Herb.